Hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Tuesday, November 11th. It is also Veterans Day, and I want to shout. Oh, I can't even talk, honey. I want to start off by wishing our veterans a happy Veterans Day, especially our very own veteran here at the show, my Libra Queen. So happy special Veterans Day to you, boo.
Thank you so much.
And
Happy
we also
Veterans
have on the mic,
Day.
yes, we also have on the mic my icy chili, honey.
I'm here.
Yes. And what's also here, honey, it is day two of our hot tea cold cash giveaway.
Yes.
So you should see here on slide two the poster. So once we went live with this giveaway yesterday, I did have a couple of questions that I feel like I need to clarify so we can all be on the same page when it comes to this giveaway. Long story short, do not make up your own rules to get an entry. So, because one person said, "Oh, did I get an entry? I liked your story. You liked my story. Okay, no, that does not get you an entry." so, so, in order to gain an entry, what you have to do is one RSVP for every show. So any upcoming show that you see, RSVP to it. That will automatically gain an entry. Even if you can't make the show, still RSVP because that will still get you an entry. You get another entry by attending that live show and staying for its entirety. So if you RSVP and you come to the show and stay, that will be two entries that you already have. And then the third entry, and this is very important, you share my show on your social media and you use the hashtag Auntie Derek. So as much as anytime I put my own post, I really do appreciate the retweets and the repost. However, what you're missing a step. So even if you were to see my own tweet, what you will have to do is quote that rather. So quote it and then add the hashtag Auntie Derek because if you retweet it, you're missing a step and that doesn't get you an entry. You see what I mean? So you have to quote it and then put the hashtag Auntie Derek. As long as you use that hashtag Auntie Derek, we'll be able to find that post. So
Oh,
it,
okay. That clarified
yeah.
it for me too.
So it looks like we have a my boo wanna but yeah, and then if you subscribe to me, subscribing keeps your chances because anytime you subscribe to me, you're getting reminder emails of my upcoming shows. So that's why we always say subscribe to a bitch. But yeah, but so one person even gonna put in the YouTube because I put the video explaining the giveaway rules on YouTube, and then somebody gonna put and it was somebody named Alex. So shout out to Alex who's a subscriber on YouTube. But Alex thought that if he were to comment on the video on YouTube, that would get him an entry. Now, Alex, I love you, baby, but I don't know how in the hell you thought that because that was not in any of the terms and conditions. But it's all love. But hey,
Mm.
BB.
No commenter. You cannot make a post and say a 10. You have to repost with a quote with the hashtag Auntie Derek.
No, that's not true. Because what he
Well,
did
now wait a minute.
what he did yesterday was he said, so I can't make a post and say a 10 with Auntie Derek. Yes, you can do that because you're sharing my show with the hashtag Auntie Derek. A lot of people were just retweeting my because you know how but every morning before I go live, like 2 hours before, I'll always share a
Right,
tweet. Hey, we're
right.
going live. Come and sit with me if you're free. Now people will retweet that on their but what you have to do, you're missing the step. So if you wanted to do it that way, you have to quote that and then add hashtag Auntie Derek. Yeah,
But
and
you
but
could
we
just make a post. Is that saying go to Auntie Derek show, hashtag Auntie Derek? That's what I'm getting.
No, I'm
Yes.
sorry. No, yeah, so include the link. So at least include either the link to a specific show or you can just use auntiederek.com.
Well, that's what I was saying because the comment
Ah, I'm
like they were
I'm
just going to
sorry,
make
boo.
a post. See, don't you know what?
I'm
It needs
sorry,
the
boo.
source of the post needs to be original to your page, which can include a quoted Auntie Derek's post that has the show information,
Yeah, the link.
and you
Yeah.
must include the hashtag Auntie Derek.
So it has to
I'm
be a
so
quote post, not just a retweet.
Correct.
right. And Chilla's gonna choke me later and I can't wait, honey. Yes.
Yeah,
All in
free.
all,
Yeah,
to
free.
me, the rules were very clear. Like you
You
said, don't
know,
make up your own rules. And reading is still fundamental. So
we do, but we do understand that, the level of comprehension.
comprehension.
Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
none of the rules said comment. None of the
Yeah.
rules said do your
Again,
own thing and I will reward you. So,
there's
but no,
so
I
many.
do want to say I am so happy and proud of you, Derek. I know I've been away for a while, but I'm so happy that I've come back to this. Want to see my girl chill. Hey, boo.
Hey.
But to see the growth and to see the things that you are doing in this giveaway, girl, I'm so proud of you, bitch. I can't stand your ass still, but I love you so much.
I love you
And,
more.
and
Thank you, boo.
congratulations.
Thank you. You gonna make me tear up. Thank you, boo.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Well, so now we got that all clear. I think we're all on the same page. Now, BB, I feel the exact same way you did. I feel like the rules were very clear and straightforward, but some people just need a little elaboration, and that's okay too.
A little guidance, just a little teach.
Well, so now that we got that out the way, we can go ahead and jump right into the hot tea, honey.
Tea time.
Yes, and you know what we're gonna start off with.
Diddy news.
Exactly. There's a lot. It's actually quite a bit of it today. So
How
our
can it be more?
because he is over there carrying on, honey. So our first story we have by way of TMZ. So you should see here where it says Diddy reportedly facing possible discipline for unauthorized call in prison. And just really quickly, I think we've all had well, if any of us had anybody in our circle, friends or family who has been like in jail, I think we're probably all guilty of doing something like this, where the person that's locked up will call us, and then they want to reach out to somebody else, so you'll do like a three-way or a conference call. I know maybe I shouldn't even say this on a recorded line, but I know I've done it. But it appears that you're not supposed to do that, and it looks like Diddy did that. So it says Sean Diddy Combs hasn't been at his New Jersey prison digs for very long, but he's already facing possible punishment for breaking the rules, according to a new report. CBS News obtained prison documents that outlined Diddy's first days at FCI Fort Dix, along with his mugshot that shows his name and inmate number. And after I read the story, I'm gonna share my screen so that way we can see that mugshot, honey. But Diddy is serving a 4-year prison term after his federal conviction for transporting male escorts across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. The music mogul was transferred from Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center to Fort Dix on October 30th. According to the CBS News documents, Diddy has already run afoul of prison rules just a few days into his incarceration at Fort Dix. Diddy reportedly made a 3-person call to discuss issuing a statement to the New York Times, but ended up in violation of the Bureau of Prison rules. BOP guidelines bar inmates from adding multiple people to phone calls for fear inmates could use them to coordinate criminal activity. During the November 3rd call, Diddy reportedly spoke with an unnamed woman about getting in touch with the quote unquote the digital person about blogs. Then Diddy allegedly discussed arranging weekend visits with loved ones, recommending they bring 200 singles. Prison rules prevent visitors from coming into the facility with cash, but coins are allowed for the vending machines. After the two were done talking visitation, the woman reportedly added a third party to the call, an unidentified man, in violation of prison regulations. According to the docs, Diddy later told prison officials that he was chatting with his female lawyer, who added his PR guy to the call to draft a statement to be sent to New York Times after he approved it.
Oh,
Diddy,
sure, Jan.
right. Diddy denied he was discussing blogs and provided no reason why he would want to issue a statement to the New York Times.
Mm.
In addition, Diddy claimed he was uninformed about the third party phone call regulations, but prison officials still recommended he lose 90 days of phone privileges and 90 days of commissary privileges, according to CBS News. Prison officials filed the ruling November 4th, CBS News says, but it's unclear what the outcome was. CBS News also reports Diddy is now employed as a chaplain's assistant at Fort Dix, which is considered a better gig than other jobs. Typically, inmates who work in the chapel clean the office, preserve the library, and do record keeping. It was early reported Diddy was working laundry duties at the facility. Remember that, honey? And I said I think he was in there sniffing them drawers. But anyway, what's more, CBS News says Diddy is receiving intensive drug treatment through the Residential Drug Abuse Treatment Program, or RDAP unit. According to the BOP, inmates who participate in RDAP program can get their sentences reduced by up to 1 year. Hmm.
He a damn lie talking about he didn't know the rules. You know what? I'm sick of him. He should have got more time because obviously he's still trying to manipulate the system using these whack ass, lame ass excuses. Oh, I didn't know. That he knows that's a major no no when you have a phone call to add a third party. Every prisoner
Hmm.
knows that. Every single one. Stop it.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's why I know he was drinking that goddamn toilet wine.
Okay. And we have a comment. He obviously hasn't learned his lesson. Strapped him to the gurney and give him the needle. Then we have another comment saying sick of him, and they know it's monitored. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
he know. And then he gonna lie about what he was talking about and all. Ugh.
Not so smart.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. He gonna fuck around and get more time. Keep on. Keep on
I think
playing.
so.
Keep playing with them people.
I agree. Well, let's talk more about that new job he got, honey. So he done went from laundry to the, to the prison chapel. You ain't even Catholic. What Kodak Black say? You don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus piece? But you should see where it says here by way of vibe. Diddy has been hired to work in prison chapel while serving sentence on prostitution charges. And this is kind of because TMZ just kind of skipped through it, but this gives like a nice detail. So, according to those same documents we just talked about from CBS News, Combs will now work in an air conditioned private office with possible access to food brought in from outside the prison by chaplains. The position, often considered one of the most coveted by inmates, also comes with a unique privilege: the ability to add inmates' names to the facility's call out list. So y'all see where this is going, right? Looks like they trying to he's the last person that needs to be given any type of power over people. We've learned that. But anyway, um, that list determines who is permitted to leave their cells for religious services, medical appointments, or other sanctioned activities. A power that gives the chapel staff a degree of influence rare within prison walls. So Combs's publicist, Judah Engelmeyer, told CBS News he works in the chapel library, where he describes the environment as warm, respectful, and rewarding. The chapel itself is one of the few spaces in the prison where inmates can congregate freely. And the job is viewed as both comfortable and prestigious compared to standard labor assignments. The 56-year-old asshole was transferred to Fort Dix in October 30th after being sentenced for more than 4 years on prostitution related charges. His appointment to the chapel role comes amid ongoing scrutiny for his behavior since his arrival. Prison records allege Combs recently broke multiple rules, including making an unauthorized phone call in which he reportedly asked a woman, whom he identified as his attorney, to bring him $200 in single dollar bills to the prison. Inmates can only buy items from convenience machines using coins, and it's unclear in what manner Combs planned to use the money requested. We know what the hell he was planning on using that money
Yeah.
for.
I wonder
It,
who he paid for that damn job.
hmm
Because he shouldn't have that job with the two rules he's already broken. He been there 3 hours and already doing two things against the rules, and now he's got one of the most coveted jobs in the prison. Come on now.
You see it. You see it, honey. One plus one equals two. I'm like, are we being punked? But it says officials say he also participated in the three-way call we just talked about with another man, described as his head of legal communications, a violation of prison policy. Engelmeyer defended the communication, saying it was a procedural call initiated by one of his attorneys and was protected under attorney-client privilege. There was nothing improper. Mm-mm. Combs has further been accused of possessing hooch, a homemade prison wine created by fermenting sugar, fruit, and water. However, in a since deleted post on Twitter, a representative for Diddy denied the claims. We don't need to read that statement again. Prison officials recommended Combs lose 90 days of phone privileges and 90 days of commissary access for the documented phone infraction. A ruling filed on November 4th, which was his birthday, where we learned what he was eating that day. Take out. Look, I'm with you, chill. So he done paid somebody for that job, honey. Or that's what that $200 was for. The person who was working in there say, look, because we
Mm-hmm.
understand you can bring in outside food and outside.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, BB.
It's just so annoying to see. Like we know we've heard it all our lives that money rules everything, but he was sent to prison because he's supposed to be reforming for or whatever. He's found guilty of whatever he was found guilty for, whatever. And then you get in prison and you do this stupid shit, and I don't know, and now he's rewarded because he got money. Like, ain't that something? We so
No.
tired of it. We see it every day in this country with the people running the country. We see it in this sector when you have money. You kind of just make your own rules as you go and do whatever the hell you want to do. Like I'm so sick. You said it right, chill. Just sick of. I'm just sick of it. We tired.
No, it's
I
frustrating. And to be honest, that's why I think it might be some truth to what he was saying about Truck. For him to say that and so like matter of factly, so confident, and he's telling other inmates, "Oh, I'm about to get out of here. Trump about to let me out of here." I think there might be just a smidge of truth to it. But then again, when it comes to our president, truth is usually not the Truth is the only a name of his social media platform. Other than that, he don't know nothing about the truth. I guess I should say allegedly because it is our president. Oh, and as promised, I was going to show us the mug shot, honey. And ooh, it is mug shot, and he looks horrible, honey. Oh my God, he looks horrible. That looks like a 67-year-old man, honey. That looks like somebody's Uncle Leroy. Oh my, I'm sorry. No offenses to the Leroys out there. Y'all know I love you.
That's
But
stripped of all the money, baby.
and he is inmate number 37452-054. Mm-mm. And we have a comment. I mean, the base material that wasn't put together. Yeah, that's crazy. For real, for real. And
Amazing what
what's even
you can do.
mm-hmm. And what's even crazier is that Cassie can't even like live her this can't even be live happily ever after with her husband and kids because of this man. Because even then she's stealing some shit about this here. So I have this link from All Hip Hop, and it's an exclusive with them. You should see where it says Cassie accused of ducking male prostitute suing over wild freak offs with Diddy. She cannot escape that man. It's oh my god. So, Cassie is being accused of avoiding a lawsuit from a man who claims she and Diddy hired him for sex parties during their relationship, according to a new court filing in Los Angeles. Clayton Howard alleges Cassie Ventura has gone through great lengths to stay hidden and dodge service of legal documents tied to his civil suit. Howard says he spent months trying to locate her, but claims she's using her resources to remain out of reach. Howard, who also identifies as a victim in the federal criminal case against Diddy, says Cassie's legal team has blocked his efforts. He accuses her attorney, Douglas Wigder, of refusing to accept service despite speaking publicly on her behalf. Cassie Ventura has used substantial resources to conceal her whereabouts, the filing states, adding that Wigdor is not authorized to receive legal papers for this case. Howard says he hired a private investigator and multiple process servers who searched DMV records, property databases, and visited several addresses in Connecticut. He also emailed Wigdor's office 3 times but received no cooperation. Now, Howard is asking the court to approve an alternative method of service. He argues that Cassie is playing a cat and mouse game to avoid being pulled into the court proceedings. As part of his motion, Howard submitted a list of media appearances and public statements made by Wigder and his co-counsel Meredith Firetog since June of 2025. The exhibits show that the attorneys gave at least 7 public statements or interviews on Cassie's behalf, including to outlets such as ABC News, NBC, E News, following Diddy's July 2nd conviction and October 3rd sentencing. Howard argues that Wigder's continued media involvement proves he is Cassie's representative and should be authorized to accept service. The lawsuit, filed on June 29th of 2025, names both Diddy and Cassie and accuses them of orchestrating sex parties involving male prostitutes and other participants. Howard claims he was coerced into these encounters and subjected to degrading acts, including being filmed while masturbating for hours at Cassie's direction. He he also alleges that Cassie knowingly gave him a sexually transmitted disease and became pregnant by him before having an abortion without his knowledge. Howard says was often present but acted more as an overseer than a direct participant. He describes Diddy as jealous or controlling, but says the music mogul typically stayed in the background during encounters. Despite being subpoenaed, Howard was not called to testify during Diddy's criminal trial earlier this year. Diddy was convicted on 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution and sentenced to 50 months in federal prison on October 3rd, and he's currently at Fort Dix, as we know. Cassie previously settled a separate civil lawsuit against Diddy in 2023 for $20 million, as revealed during her testimony in May of 2025. Cassie also received a $10 million settlement from the Intercontinental Hotel related to the cover up of the infamous incident at the resort where Diddy was caught on camera beating her up. Howard explained how he was victimized in an interview with the Art of Dialogue, and they have a link for that interview in this article here. He says, I was there for days. They would lie to me and tell me I was coming for 24 hours, and they would basically keep me by keeping my phone in my clothes for days, not allowing me to leave. And then finding out that she slept with all of these men and having contracted chlamydia all of those years ago, I totally feel like I'm a victim because I never would have had unprotected sex with this girl if I realized that she was sleeping with half the Lakers unprotected. I wouldn't have did that. I'm not that type of guy. I have a girlfriend who will definitely testify to the fact that she never contracted an STD from me. I was always clean, quote unquote. Oh boy, boy. Some of the language he uses is but mm, I got nothing. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
I really would like to know the relevance of him including the fact that she got pregnant and had an abortion without his knowledge. Like, what does that have to do with you? That what does that have to do with the merit of the case? They ain't got shit to do with you.
And how does he know it was for him?
Exactly.
I
Like
don't understand that.
bringing that in there ain't gonna win you sympathy points, sir.
If she was sleeping with all these men, how you know it was your baby? I mean, come on now.
Hello. What was the reason?
I just got a thing with men thinking they need to be consulted or alerted when a woman does anything with her body. You know, Miss Pat. For those of you that watched the Miss Pat show, she actually talked about that in what was it, season 3, the season 3 finale of Miss Pat, where she got pregnant by Terry. Her career was blossoming. Terry wanted her to keep the baby, but she went ahead and got the abortion without Terry's, and it was a whole big thing. And she was pretty much saying, "It's my fucking body, Terry." And she's absolutely right. It's her. I don't. I feel like if you're not a birthing person, then if you cannot give birth, then maybe you should take a fall back on what because pregnancy and giving birth is a truly traumatic experience to a woman's body, and for you to feel like you can have a say so in that just because you provided a little sperm, I don't know. I don't. See, this is why I be saying out of straight people business because they be getting mad at me, honey. I don't. That's y'all moving wrong. That's
Yeah, that's it's my baby too thing, you know.
yeah.
But
Girl,
don't want
bye.
to. But don't want the opposite to be true when they want to get rid of it and the woman decides to keep it. So, hmm, hmm.
And what about them little napkin babies, honey, that you done left all through them years, honey, that's in somebody's damn dumpster field? Boy, get
Not
out my face.
napkin babies. What?
Napkin babies, throat babies, toilet babies. You know.
Ooh. No comment. Well,
Yeah.
honey, y'all, I think we need a little bit of laughter after all of that, baby. So this next story, y'all, I'm about to share this TMZ article. So remember we talked about that silly ass Kim Kardashian and how she failed the bar, the California bar. Do you know that
Mm,
heifer said she went to 4 different psychics and they told her that she was gonna pass?
girl. When I read that, I'm like, four different psychics? You have just fucked up their reputations. Because,
Hello?
But they may not have it lied to her.
They lied, that girl.
No, I'm just saying because she gonna take it again. I mean, they may have seen that she passed it. It
oh,
just
yeah,
wasn't
maybe
gonna be
they
the first
didn't
time.
mean this time. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're
Oh
right.
yeah.
You're right, Libra Queen. That could
Mhm.
be it.
Look, and we have a comment in the chat. Those psychics must have told her that I cared too. But
She
this
trying
like a
to
little
be a
20-second video of her.
whole lawyer without going to law school. This is crazy.
That's what
Oh,
she do. They think they can buy everything.
I guess.
But let's see what she has. It's about a little 20-second video of her talking about it. She is frustrated too, honey. Let's let that load. Any day now. Okay.
I'm letting you guys know that all of the psychics that we have met with and that we're obsessed with are all full of shit. They all collectively, maybe four of them, have told me I was going to pass the bar. So they're all full pathological liars. Don't believe anything they say.
Well, Kim,
And there
I'm
was
not a
actually
psychic.
another point. They was
I was just gonna
they
say
was actually
I'm not a psychic, but I could have told you that.
I actually used to tell people I was a psychic, honey. And I'm gonna tell you a secret because the thing is, and I can't believe I'm saying this on a recorded line, but I used to tell people I used to give people quote unquote psychic readings. I am not a psychic. What I am good at is recognizing patterns.
Yeah.
So if you come to me and you seeing if you're saying things like, oh, I want to be in love so bad. Oh, I got this man. That I do everything for him and I just want to know if that's going to
Hmm.
be my husband. I'm going to automatically tell you, no ma'am, it's not going to work out because I clearly see you giving your all to that man and you don't feel like you feel it's uh, I'm not reading that comment, ho. I'm not reading that comment in the chat. You got me messed up. But yeah, so I feel like those 4 psychics that she went to are probably like me. Now they could be psychics. I don't know. I don't know. But they probably like me and they probably recognize patterns. They're like, she's truly passionate about this. This is something she really wants. And she has the means to pay for anything that she wants. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell her, yeah, girl, you about to pass the bar. Girl, you can
Hmm.
pay to pass that bar. Whole time.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Calling me now for your free psychic reading. Auntie Derek's hot time tea. Aye aye.
well, Kim, this is free. You're not gonna pass the bar, okay? There you go.
Okay, tell and let's say she could just play a lawyer on TV and wear revealing thongs with her suit on a legal meeting. Hello,
Wake that
girl.
up because what why was that necessary? Oh my god.
That's her biggest asset.
Oop.
Wake it up.
And
Y'all, I
girl,
cannot wait to talk about this next story. When I first saw it break, I said I knew it. I knew those white women were fucking with Wendy Williams. I knew
I
it from the beginning.
screamed. I screamed. I
And
tell
y'all
you.
remember I said it on the show. I said I think those white women are just using their power to fuck with Wendy Williams and they're getting away with it. And now we have
Hmm.
proof that they are. Baby, so I just shared this article from TMZ and you should see where it says Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia, a neurologist says.
Boom.
So Wendy Williams does not have the medical condition a judge has used to justify keeping her in a highly restrictive guardianship for more than 3 years, according to a top neurologist. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Wendy recently completed a battery of tests in New York City, and the neurologist concluded she does not have frontotemporal dementia. The neurologist provided Wendy's legal team with the results late last month. The findings conflict with an earlier test when, according to Wendy's guardian, that lady, she tested positive for the condition. Frontotemporal dementia, according to multiple experts to whom we have spoken, never gets better, only worse. Yet Wendy has exhibited remarkable neurological resilience since she became clean and sober 3 years ago,
Hmm.
although she is still locked up in the guardianship. We're told Wendy's legal team. will file legal docs with the court in the next 2 weeks, paving the way for a hearing where they will ask the judge to terminate the guardianship. If the judge digs in and refuses to end the guardianship, powerhouse lawyer Joe Tacopina will then demand a jury trial and ask jurors to free Wendy. I told y'all Joe wasn't gonna play with that. Let's see. And it says, speaking of Tacopina, Wendy attended the wedding of Joe's son, Chris, who married Emma White. By the way, Chris is about to get his second Stanley Cup ring. He's the data analytics manager for the Florida Panthers. Oh, okay,
Okay.
work.
And the neurologist is right. Frontotemporal dementia is a progressive disease. You do not reverse that. You get worse. You don't get better. So that alone is a key factor in determining that she does not have that.
Babe, didn't I tell? I said Joe Tacopina was about to come through with that slick back hair, and he was gonna make some. He was gonna make some shit shake, and I knew because the shit that they were doing, they were just doing weird ass shit. Like when Lauren LaRosa went over there, she was talking to Wendy over the phone, telling Wendy, "Hey, girl, I'm getting ready to come to you. I'll come," because Wendy could quote unquote have visitors, so Lauren was gonna be one of the visitors. She's talking to Wendy on the phone. She's like, "Hey," and telling the front desk, "Hey, I'm here to see Wendy Williams." And the front desk and the staff is lying to her, "Oh, Wendy's not available. Wendy's not here." While Lauren was talking to Wendy on the phone, who was
Hmm.
awaiting her to come. Like they were just doing. I said, "Mm-mm, these ladies just fucking with Wendy." I knew it. I knew it.
They need to go to
So
jail for that shit.
agreed.
Some monetary damages, something. She needs to sue their asses.
So now I want to see what that judge gonna have to say when Joe Hunt in that slick back hair walks into that courtroom with that neurological results, honey. Probably gonna. Well, I don't think he can slam it on the judge's desk. He could slam it on his own table, you know. But yeah, slam that paper down and say, "Look, stop playing with her. Here it is, right here. We got a top neurologist said my girl is good. We good." Oh my God, I'm infuriated because I
Me,
knew this what it was.
yep, me too. There's some dirty, dirty, nasty work.
Hmm. Well, speaking of nasty work, honey, Milagro Grams. Now I'm gonna quote my Libra Queen when she says, "Be fucking for real. Please be fucking for real." Oh my God, honey. So y'all should see I have this all hip hop article, and it's another exclusive. Milagro Grams fights back, says Megan Thee Stallion has to show proof of damages. And when y'all hear this story, y'all just gonna shake y'all head. Y'all gonna be like, this girl is desperate. So, Milagro Grams is pushing back against Megan Thee Stallion in their ongoing legal clash over defamation, telling a Miami federal judge that the rapper must prove actual malice and quantifiable damage before any payout can be considered. In a court
Okay.
filing submitted yesterday, November 10th, Grams, legally known as Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, argued that Megan's lawsuit doesn't meet the legal threshold required under the First Amendment. The response counters Megan's November 6th brief, which claimed she didn't know. I'm sorry, which claimed she didn't need to show financial loss to pursue a defamation per se claim. Graham's attorney, Rhonda Dixon, leaned on the landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling to argue that public figures like Megan must meet a higher bar. A public figure may not recover for defamation unless she proves by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant published the challenge statement with knowledge that it was false or with reckless disregard for whether it was false or not, the filing stated. The defense also pointed to Florida law to argue that presumed damages don't apply to media defendants when public interest is involved. According to Dixon, the legal protection extends to bloggers and digital commentators. Florida no longer recognizes presumed damages in defamation per se claims against media defendants unless the plaintiff proves actual malice, she wrote. Graham's legal team is positioning her as a member of the press, arguing that her commentary about Megan's public behavior, particularly during the Tory Lanez trial, is part of protected speech. The defense claims Megan is trying to sidestep constitutional standards by labeling the statement as defamation per se to avoid proving harm. Milagro team also asked the court to block any jury instructions that imply damages can be assumed. Instead, they argue Megan must show concrete evidence that her reputation suffered as a result of the statements. Excuse me. The legal fight began in 2024 when Megan sued Grams, accusing her of spreading false information about her character and the events surrounding the Tory Lane shooting case. Megan alleges that Grams used her platform to circulate lies, while Grams insists she was just commenting on a high profile trial involving a major hip hop figure. Girl, and you got $3,000 by Tory's dad to do so allegedly. And here's the thing, honey, you can't sit here and say, "Oh, well, this should be protected for digital commentators." Do you see why I say allegedly, allegedly on this time? Because y'all not gonna sue Auntie Derek for shit, okay? So that's why everything is alleged. So you should have did, but no, what you did, you was putting that information out, Milagro, like that shit was matter of fact. You was sitting there talking about she was breaking down on the stand, knowing she wasn't even in court that day. Like, girl, bye. Oh, go ahead, Chilly.
And you said what I was going to say. You got paid by the person that was convicted and imprisoned for shooting her to spread information about her. How are you not culpable of being malicious, number one, and then lying, number two? I think she can prove what you're asking her to prove. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Okay, she absolutely can, honey. It probably can even prove it in the first 15 minutes on with that documentary on Amazon, which is very good, by the way. But you have some
It's a good
tissue.
try though. I gotta give it to her. It's a good try, but
Hmm.
no, girl, no.
Libra Queen, can I get a B fucking for real, like for one time?
Be fucking for real.
Thank you. I love it. Well, somebody else who needs to be fucking for real, honey. My man, my man, my man. So
$50.
$50, honey. So he done fired back at Vivical. I have to shout out to my Libra Queen for sending this to me this morning. That was the first thing I saw when I woke up. I'm like, oh Lord. But I've been following this relationship and following these two people for a very long time, so I know what it is when I say she's still in love. She's still this is the one that got away for her, and she feeling the way about it. So you should see where I just shared from All Hip Hop. 50 Cent fires back after Vivica A. Fox warns women not to date him. Oop, we have so we have some comments. If I didn't want my chance to get that $100, I'd leave. And then we have fuck two quarters. Oh, anyway, so 50 Cent responded to Vivica Fox with a playful jab after the actress told a crowd she regretted dating him and warned others not to follow in her footsteps. The G Unit mogul posted an AI generated image of himself holding a red and blue pill last night. Either way, I'ma have that ass in the Matrix. He captioned on the post. You know I love me some you, girl. Damn, but it's been 22 years, Biblical. His post came just days after Fox opened up during a keynote speech at the New Jersey Ultimate Women's Expo, where she reflected on their brief but headline grabbing relationship from 2003. When asked what advice would she give her 17-year-old self, the 61-year-old actress did not hesitate. Don't date 50 Cent, she said, drawing laughter from the audience. Don't date no damn rappers. But the moment turned serious as she revealed the emotional toll the relationship took on her. Just so you know, it took me years to be able to laugh about it, Fox said. I had to learn to laugh, not to cry no more, but I did it. The romance began after 50 Cent publicly flirted with Vivica at the 2003 BET Awards. The relationship lasted about 8 months, but has managed to stay in the public conversation for over 2 decades, often reigniting through interviews, social media posts, and throwback clips. In a 2024 interview, Fox, and listen to this, y'all. In the last year, Fox described the In the Club rapper as quote unquote the love of my life and said he will always have a special place in my heart. Her latest remarks, however, suggest a more complicated view of their history. Their public exchanges have ranged from playful to petty, including disputes over TV ratings and Instagram posts. Earlier this year, 50 Cent shared a clip from their 2003 BET Awards moment. I look back at some of the shit I did, he wrote, I got to learn to shut the fuck up. Look at that. Look what it says. Look at that. Look at. N, that's trouble. What the fuck? I don't know what that means, honey, but okay. But yeah, she missed him, and that was just a that 8 months that they were together. I imagine it was a very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Something
Passionate.
very passionate, yes, and she fell hard, honey. But
She
you to
did.
after 20 years and you saying that somebody is still the love of your life that you haven't been with 20 years ago, oh baby, you still want that. And you know
Yeah.
what, Vivka girl, I get it.
She fell in love. But she may
Let
she
it go. Let
got a
it
point
go.
though. Don't date no rappers. I mean, he's not the only problematic one. So she might have a point there.
So we have a comment: paint her orange, dye her hair green, slap on some overalls, and place her in a chocolate factory.
Hello.
Oh my God.
Look,
Uh,
and Hammy put a good point in the chat. You ain't never been with him, and look how you act. Exactly. I'm in love, honey. Y'all cannot say there is nothing you can tell me. That- it almost
Period.
happened. We had a brief moment, but think
Almost
it is.
doesn't count.
But babe, this is a deep infatuation with this man to the point where I remember being reading his book From Pieces to Weight, Once Upon a Time in Southside Queens, his autobiography. I know, honey. And then when the movie came out, who was front and center of that damn movie? Baby, a bitch used to love some 50 Cent, honey.
Used
And
to.
Oh, touche,
baby, when I
touche.
used to love you. She still does.
Well, our next story, shout out to Chilla for sharing this story with me. Yesterday we talked about Lil Uzi Vert and how that assistant that was working under him and quietly dropped her lawsuit against him and excuse me, against them and Rock Nation. However, Lil Uzi is still in some legal trouble, honey. And I have this hot new hip hop article. And you should see where it says Lil Uzi Vert facing mega copyright lawsuit over Just Wanna Rock. You know, that very viral song that pretty much like I love to see it, especially when the kids be doing that little dance. I'm like, y'all better get it, yes. But Philadelphia superstar rapper Lil Uzi Vert has been laying quite low this year, at all things considered. However, within the last couple of days, we have come to learn about two lawsuits revolving around them. The latest is a massive $110 million copyright filing from a Rochester, New York artist who goes by Reef Royal. Now, per Grouchy Greg Watkins of All Hip Hop, the centerpiece of the suit is Lil Uzi Vert's October 2022 smash record, Just Wanna Rock. Sharif K. Boucher, or Reef Royal, alleges that the Eternal Ataki MC copied nearly every element of his track Pain and Pleasure, which he put out in August that same year. Lil Uzi Vert copied the original hook, melody, and theme, in addition to the chant on Pain and Pleasure. When I rock, ah. Brian McBeardy, a forensic musicologist and founder of Musicalize, I'm sure I just said that wrong, but he investigated the song's similarities and the results are quite shocking. So according to McBeardy, he found 93 to 97% uh, derivation, or what's it called? Derivation. I've never used that word before. But anyway, he found some similarities between them. He cites that tempo, structure, rhythmic patterns, and the odd chants and lyrical phrasing around rock were nearly identical. To get even more technical, Uzi and Royal Song both reside in the core band of Allegro, which equates to 130 to 150 beats per minute. Moreover, their retrospective releases share the same drum pattern and rhythmic syncopation known as tresillo. See, this is why I don't sing no more, honey. This is too many all these music terms and shit. I can't say this shit. But anyway, lastly, both first include present tense declarations that end with the identical word rock, forming a parallel lyrical structure. Further into Royal's lawsuit, he also alleges that his posts about pain and pleasure were muted or removed from Instagram and Facebook. Simultaneously, Uzi's Just Wanna Rock was blowing up just about everywhere. How did this allegedly happen? Well, Royal also alleges that Atlantic Records and Uzi both had direct access to his material. He alleges that he was in collaboration with AR and Lonray Gaba, the now president of hip hop and R&B and global music at the label since 2012. Royal claims he provided Gaba with original songs, demos, and more. He believes this caused a clear institutional pathway to form for Uzi and their team to get their hands on his works. Lil Uzi Vert, Atlantic Records, Generation Now, Rock Nation, and Warner Music Groups are the defendants. The artist wants $11 million in damages, citing lost streaming revenue, sync and licensing deals, and reputational harm. Moreover, he seeks retroactive publishing credit, an ownership share, and an injunction to halt further use of the song. It quickly turned into a hectic week ahead for Uzi, who's also dealing with the sexual harassment lawsuit from an anonymous alleged former assistant. Rock Nation is also a defendant, though it's allegedly been dropped already. Hmm. I see, honey, Rock Nation, honey. It seems like y'all got a lot of lawsuits to worry about, honey, because of that CEO, honey, Messy Desi. Hey, Messy Desi. Hmm. Let's see, and have a reading the comment. Evidently, this article has hands and it's wearing your ass, baby. It did, honey. Especially all them damn music terms and them people's names who I could pronounce. I'm like, what the fuck? Shit, I know I can read better than this. Why is this beating my ass like this? But yeah, honey. But Missy Dizzy, honey, stay in some shit, don't she? Allegedly, allegedly. Hmm. Well, that is that one that, baby. I don't know, y'all. So, just out of curiosity, is anybody in this room other than me? Did y'all watch Euphoria when it was popular on HBO?
I did.
You did
No.
not, or you did?
I did.
Okay. Well, I know. Were you anticipate? Because I feel like at this point, this new season they keep on
They
talking
could
about,
keep
baby.
it.
Right. You
Yeah.
hang it up. But it might be that way though, because reportedly Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are beefing, honey, and it has everything to do with Sydney's racism. So you should see I just shared this new hot new hip hop article. Zendaya reportedly at odds with Sydney Sweeney ahead of Euphoria season 3. So, Euphoria castmates Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are rumored to be on bad terms right now during an inopportune time. Season 3 of beloved psychological teen drama is right around the corner, and the former is reportedly denying any press events that involves the latter. Per Yahoo Entertainment, an insider for the Daily Mail explained why they are at odds. It's no wonder she's refusing to do it. It's a difficult position for Zendaya to be in because if she even stands next to Sydney on the red carpet, it can be read as her excusing Sydney's views on Trump and her refusal to apologize for the racist ad. The racist ad this person is referring to is Sydney Sweeney's controversial American Eagle campaign. I have good genes and good genes was the tagline. Many viewed it as perpetuating a white supremacist ideology, and it was. Despite all of the backlash it caught, the 28-year-old actress doubled down on her decision to go through with it. I'm more aware, excuse me, I'm way more aware about things than people think. The ad spoke for itself. I did a gene ad. The reaction was a surprise. When I have an issue I want to speak about, people will hear. She doesn't talk like that, but that's just what she sounds like in my head. Anyway. It's also worth noting that Donald Trump's ads was a huge fan of the advertisement. Of course, he would be. He labeled it as the hottest ad ever. Additionally, per the Independent, once he learned about Sweeney being a Republican supporter, he called it fantastic. Sweeney also says that it was surreal that Trump praised it. Overall, her political beliefs are what's causing this alleged rift with Zendaya. The MCU star is very much against the Trump administration. As it stands, though, neither actress has addressed this report or rumor. It seems this was all sparked after Sydney's GQ piece that saw her break her silence on the American Eagle debacle. That chat also caused an uproar as she was the cover star of the outlet's Men of the Year issue. As for what this means for Euphoria after its season 3 premiere, only time will tell. Speaking of which, fans can expect the HBO series to debut in the spring of 2026. And child, I believe it when I see it. Y'all been saying that shit, honey, since COVID. Y'all have been promising season 3 since COVID was killing everybody. Well, It still is, but you can get what I'm trying to say. Y'all can just go ahead and hang it up. We don't want it no more. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do want to see like what's gonna happen to Rue Honey after she done played with that lady's drugs. I did want to see what's gonna happen with that, but I guess time will tell. But yeah, I do know that Zendaya is very pro-black, so I'm not surprised at any of this. Well, honey, speaking of drugs, honey, and drug use like they be showing on Euphoria, how about Paris Jackson? She out here talking about how she got a hole in her nose because of drugs. And let me share this TMZ article here. And y'all should see where it says Paris Jackson says she has hole in her nose from drug use. Also, y'all, if you have a weak stomach, maybe just kind of lower the volume for I want to say at least 2 minutes, okay?
Why? First of all, wait. She gave this information up free on the internet. Why?
She did, but I'm glad she did because I think it serves as a warning. Like, be careful if you don't want a hole in your damn nose, then be careful.
All right. We gonna see. Let the
Well,
white lady tell her story.
oh, well, Paris Jackson has a reminder of her drug use back in the day because she says it left her with a hole in her nose. Michael Jackson's daughter hopped on social media over the weekend and revealed she has a perforated septum, which is basically a hole in the cartilage between the nostrils. Paris says it's exactly what you think it's from. Don't do drugs, kids. As for how long Paris has been living like this, she says she was about 20 when drugs burned a hole in her nose. She's now 27 years old. She says the gap is so big she can stick a spaghetti noodle through one side to the other. Paris says she doesn't want to have the surgery because it will require pain and pills, and I don't want to fuck with that. In January, Paris revealed on Instagram that she was 5 years sober. Oh, good for her. And I guess that's the reminder, hun. She probably playing with that spaghetti in her nose. You're like, you know what? Anytime she wanted a little bump, she probably put some spaghetti in her nose. You're like, you know what? I don't want it to, I don't want to be able to put what's that the roll what's it called the big noodles the roll. Y'all know what I'm saying. She don't want to get that because now she can just do a spaghetti noodle, but she don't want that shit to go to damn. You don't want to be able to put no farfalle through that nose. They, oop! I don't care about this Caucasian Nicole Richie. I am
Correct.
screaming.
And she's telling this story like she's been sober since the pandemic. Oh, okay, girl. And how you know you could put a spaghetti noodle through it? Why was you playing in your nose like that? Um, but yeah, we can go to the next story.
Yeah. Well, this next story, honey, is about the NFL. Well, the Dallas Cowboys rather. They trying to make it appear as if they actually care about these players' mental health, and I'm just sitting over here laughing. I'm giggling. I'm like, y'all really trying it, honey. So I have this TMZ article, and you should see where it says Cowboys hold team meeting to address Marshawn Nealon's death. So the Dallas Cowboys were together for the first time since Marshawn Nealon's tragic death on Monday. And the organization held a quote unquote extremely impactful, extremely emotional meeting to allow players to grieve the loss of their teammate. The details of the gathering were shared by Solomon Thomas, who praised head coach Brian Schottenheimer for his staff and providing resources and giving the team an opportunity to express themselves. Extremely proud of coach for how he conducted today, just bringing therapists in the building, bringing people who we needed in the building, and just letting us be our true emotions, Thomas said via the team, giving us a safe place to let everyone know what's going on inside. The meeting was led by Schottenheimer, as well as psychologist Heather Tweedle and security director Cable Johnson. And Thomas said it was a hard day overall, but being able to talk through it helped. We needed a day just to be human and to cry and to let everyone know how we felt. Thomas lost his sister to suicide in 2018 and launched his the Defensive Line Foundation in order to combat youth suicide. He held an event Monday night as part of the effort and was joined by his teammates, Perion Winfrey. I'm going to say this name wrong, y'all. I'm so sorry. Osei Digwuza, Donovan Iraku, and more as they packed food for those in need. Nealon's death at 24 years old has heavily impacted the sports world, with the NFL paying tribute with moments of silence in his honor. The Cowboys also announced that they will wear helmet decals for Nealon, who passed away due to apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. And then it ends with, if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. Ciao, bye. I mean, it looks good, don't it? Looks good. Praising Mr. Schottenheimer, if that's how you say his name. Oh, he's doing so well. Oh, he brought in a bunch of things. Y'all should have been up provided a motherfucker. They walking around here with undiagnosed CTE, beating the fuck out of everybody. And y'all want to wait till this boy done killed himself to do have essentially what is a team meeting. Are you kidding me? Like, please stop playing in the people's faces. Yeah, them NFL players got real problems with that CTE, and studies have shown it. And anytime somebody speaks out about it, the NFL tries to use its resources and its money to silence that person. We've seen it with that man who Will Smith played that character with that terrible African accent. But yeah, that but just playing in the people's face, honey. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, for real. For real. And how we know that there's undiagnosed mental health, honey, because you got situations like Antonio Brown, who's still trying to say that he tried to shoot that man who had his back turned in self-defense. So clearly something has to be wrong with his ass to keep thinking that we're gonna believe that shit. But he's still going for that defense, honey. And I have it by this TMZ article here. And you should see where it says Antonio Brown pleads not guilty, acted in self-defense, attorney claims. What I just that CTE, honey. Anyway, or I should say allegedly, because I'm not a doctor, and I'm not qualified to diagnose anybody. Like I said earlier, I'm good at recognizing patterns. So Antonio Brown's fighting back against claims he tried to shoot and kill someone at a celebrity boxing match early this year, pleading not guilty to second-degree attempted murder. An incident his attorney is adamant was nothing more than self-defense. AB hired Mark Eiglarsh ahead of his trial, and the lawyer sent TMZ Sports a statement addressing the altercation at Aiden's Ross events, explaining he took the case because he passionately believes in Brown's defense. Okay, well, you stupid. Okay. Ooh, I'm sorry, allegedly. His statement says the actions he was forced to take were solely in self-defense against the alleged victim's violent behavior, Eiglarsh said. Brown was attacked that night and acted within his legal right to protect himself from an individual who had previously committed criminal acts against him. It is a privilege to represent him, and I'm determined to ensure that justice is served. On Monday, Eiglarsh entered a not guilty plea on Brown's behalf. As we reported, Brown was extradited from the United Arab Emirates last week and sent back to the United States. The 37-year-old former NFL superstar is currently in New Jersey, awaiting a ride back to South Florida. Shortly after the mid-May incident, we spoke with the alleged victim, Zul Kwame Nanatambu, who told us Antonio snapped at him before trying to shoot him with a handgun. And if convicted, Antonio Brown, he faces up to 15 years in prison. Mm-mm. And unfortunately, this is somebody who needs help, who needs real mental health resources, who has given his whole mind and body to that damn organization, and they pretty much are just leaving him for dead. Like this is, I baby, when I tell you I have no respect for that damn sports, that NFL, I don't, and I really feel like y'all need to be boycotting it because this is crazy. But hey, we tried already. If Colin Kaepernick couldn't get y'all to do it, if a light skinned man can't get y'all to move, then shit, I don't think we because y'all a lot of y'all love some light skinned motherfuckers. And if he
A
can't get y'all
biracial
asses to move,
man. A
a
biracial
biracial man,
man.
oh, I stand corrected. If that biracial man with them cornrows can get y'all to move,
And the afro. Don't forget the
and,
afro now, child.
and the fro. But shout out to his wife. Shout out to Nessa Nitty. Child, this is just it's sad. It's really sad. Well, our next story, Cat Williams, honey.
What
So
cat did?
he actually just won a case. So I have this exclusive here from All Hip Hop. You should see Cat Williams beats $20 million case over Wild Club Brawl with women. So Cat Williams scored a major courtroom victory after a federal judge dismissed a long-running $20 million civil suit accusing him of attacking four women outside an Atlanta nightclub nearly a decade ago. The decision closes a legal battle between, excuse me, closes a legal battle that began when the woman accused the comedian of a violent confrontation outside the Midtown nightclub. According to court records, the women, Selena Boston, Jaleesa Rhodes, Letitia Martinez, and Lynette Washington, sued Williams for assault, battery, false imprisonment, slander, and emotional distress stemming from a February 28th, 2016 altercation outside Lounge 360 in Midtown Atlanta. They claim Williams began. Shit, I need to stop trying to multitask. I'm see. They they claim Williams became aggressive after posing for photos, tackling Boston, punching and kicking her while his associates assaulted the others, throwing their belongings into the street, and pointed a gun while flashing gang signs. I'm sorry, that's not funny. Last week, Judge William M. Ray II granted summary judgment in Williams' favor, finding that the women failed to serve him before Georgia's statute of limitations expired. The ruling ends the lawsuit before it could reach trial. The case was dismissed after they failed to properly serve Williams, but was refiled in February 2023. The judge noted that the women only made one attempt to serve Williams during a performance in Greenville, South Carolina, and then waited for months before requesting U.S. Marshals to intervene. Even after the court granted the request, the plaintiffs didn't send the marshals until 2 days before the filing deadline expired. Williams wasn't actually served until December 29th of 2023, 22 days too late. The court rejected their argument that Williams' celebrity status and security detail made him difficult to reach. While this week's ruling clears Williams of civil liability, he already faced criminal consequences for the same incident. According to WSB TV, Williams accepted a plea agreement in 2018 that spared him from prison time. The deal required him to undergo mental health evaluations and participate in a pretrial intervention program instead of serving a sentence. The woman later told WSB TV they felt ignored by the plea arrangement, saying they weren't properly informed of the deal before it was finalized. We felt very ignored throughout this entire wait, said Selena Boston. Letitia Martinez added, we cannot ignore that this man has traumatized not only us, but several other people. Child, mm-mm-mm. That judge said we are not buying a hunt just because he's a celebrity. Look, y'all was able to serve him at one of his shows. You could have said, hey, Well, BB, cover your ears, baby. When it comes to Virgo men, don't I believe they can get very violent, honey. So I certainly believe that there was a little scuffle outside the nightclub, especially if he had to take a plea arrangement for it. But I mean, I feel like if he's well, then again, no, let me take that back because remember when we just went through that horrible person, Brian McKnight, when he was having a hard time trying to serve Jaguar right, he had it so the judge had to pretty much step in and allow him to use a serve her in the ads in the newspaper. So, hey, who knows? And Cassie, how she was not available to reach or to be served. So I guess, hey, maybe celebrities do. I don't know. Well, that's that on that, honey. Oh,
Jaguar
yeah.
Wright was a celebrity.
Yes, don't do that to her, cause you know she killed that Coca-Cola commercial.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and girl, and speaking of Coca-Cola commercials and crazy people, allegedly, Tyrese. So do y'all remember, honey, when that horrible Kevin McCall was talking about how he was on EBT and he said that certain people left him for dead and Tyrese was one of them? Honey, Tyrese did not like that. He said he is a real Watts nigga and do not play with him. So he actually confronted Kevin about that. And we have video of that, honey. So give me 1 second. I have this hot new hip hop article. And you also see where it says Tyrese accosts Kevin McCall for claiming he refused to help him. And let me just read this first paragraph. It says Tyrese met up with Kevin McCall to discuss his recent appearance on the Back on Fig podcast in a new video on social media. McCall had claimed that Tyrese had refused to help him out while he was struggling financially. He explained on the show that he was homeless and in the midst of a custody fight with Eva Marcille. So let's let this load, and we're just going to watch this confrontation. It's about, I want to say maybe 2.5, maybe 3 minutes, maybe not even that long, but and just kind of listen to what Tyree spilled all the tea, honey. And I was like, oh, oh, oh. Let's see what he has to say.
I just want you to tell people the real story. Because if we was just trying to go viral over the story, then just tell niggas you want to go viral. But if you ain't gonna tell niggas the real story, then we out here playing a game. And we real watch niggas, but we don't do the viral shit. Now you and me both know, okay? I don't know how much you wanna decide to remember, but that was cool. All that viral shit, imitating my boy, telling niggas that I left you to the streets when you was homeless and fucked up, called me and asked me to look out. Man, I got mansions, multiple mansions, da da da. I heard the whole thing. I ain't say nothing. I ain't go at you. I ain't respond. That's not the true story, though. Me to try and get somebody to move you in. The truth is, I knew that everything about your stuff was playing out for the world to see, but I was in the middle of my own shit. My baby mama shit, nigga, Trump's yours 5,000 times. And way more red ass state. And every fucking movie and franchise imaginable if I don't clean my shit up. So you think I'm about to move a nigga in with his own baby, accused of domestic violence, fighting for his own daughter, going through all the shit you going through publicly? I'm about to move a nigga like you into my shit and fuck my shit up? That ain't gonna happen. So I said, look, cuz, whoever you know, call them. And if they not fucking with you, they might end up fucking with you if I'm on the phone to at least stamp it and say, look, look, my nigga might be going through some shit, but you do know the nigga. And if you got a room or somewhere he can crash out, let the nigga crash out. No, that's the real story. But it was no fucking way I was gonna let you move into my crib, nigga, because if I'm fighting for my daughter,
Okay, we could just stop it there. It was about to play one of their songs together. But did y'all hear what he said? He said you with all that shit you had going on, that domestic violence shit, you thought I was about to bring you into my house? Absolutely not. Now, what I would have done for you is, if you knew somebody who was trying to rock with you and they needed a little bit more, needed you a stamp of approval, then I would have given you that, saying, "Hey, you know him, he going through something right now, but just let him rock out." But no, that ain't what he was telling people, and Tyrese felt the way about that. Oh my God, this is the first. I can't believe I'm defending a Capricorn straight man. What is happening today, child? But Tyrese is absolutely right. He know what to bring to his house, and one thing we know about Capricorns, they might be damn toxic, allegedly. But one thing they don't play with is their money or their home. Don't play with a Capricorn's money and don't play with their house. I'm telling you, it will not end well for you. So that's that on that, honey. Oop, got three more stories left.
Sorry to all parties involved. We're sorry that we had to hear it.
Oh my God. Well, this is another one y'all gonna hate to hear, honey. Because I remember the last time I talked about it, y'all weren't really feeling it. But remember when we talked about DJ Vlad and suing Jordan Lucas over that viral
Next.
post?
Next. We don't want to hear nothing about that white man. Next.
Well, not even how Jordan Lucas eviscerated that white man.
Okay, okay. We'll let it pass.
Girl, you got me in tears, honey. So I just shared this link from Hot New Hip Hop. Joyner Lucas eviscerates DJ Vlad's copyright lawsuit against him. So DJ Vlad, that white man, often finds himself in the middle of many hip hop controversies involving fan bases and rappers, and his most recent battle is a legal one with Joyner Lucas. Vlad sued him for alleged copyright infringement, claiming he profited off a repost of Vlad TV interview clip of Ari Spears mocking UK hip hop without seeking permission from Vlad or giving Vlad TV credit. After the news broke, the Massachusetts MC took to Twitter with a scathing message. When you get sued because you ain't want to do an interview, the Nevermind artist wrote, shaking my head, lame nigga been stalking me for years to go on his weak ass channel. And when I finally realized, excuse me, when he finally realized I won't sit down with with his bitch ass because I hate everything about him, he decides he's gonna try to extort me out of one instead. Shaking my head, DJ Vlad, you gotta be the is that bitchiest of all bitches, nigga. Um, AZ alive. Oh, yeah. Also, bitch, one of the bitches of all bitch ass niggas alive. They got so many stars and blocked it out. I can't even see what they're trying to say. But anyway, you want a clout so bad, so here's your clout. Uh, and when he put a clown emoji, and they're gonna call him a hoe. Lucas included alleged text screenshots of DJ Vlad offering to drop the lawsuit in exchange for an interview and a screenshot of his response. And y'all remember we talked about that response. Dear Vlad, suck my dick, he expressed. Call your attorney or do whatever you have to do. I wasn't ever doing an interview with you before in this lifetime, and you're definitely not getting an interview now. So settle your legal matters however you want to settle them, pussy. I always thought you was a bitch, and this just confirms the kind of bitch you are. No way in this lifetime or the next will I ever allow someone like you to try to extort me out of an interview. You got me all the way fucked up. DJ Vlad actually responded to the ADHD2 spitter via Twitter, reposting it on his Instagram. I'm going to respond to Jordan Lucas's temper tantrum over me suing him for copyright infringement later this week. He wrote, "Everything I'll talk about will be facts. They're going to skip that part, though." Child bye. Kind of sounds like what 6ix9ine has been saying about his recent Vlad TV interviews. Let's see what the next move is on either side. Mm-mm.
10-10 no notes. Shout out to Lucas. He might get a spin for me. I don't know that nigga for real.
Right, right. Now I've heard his music. He makes good music. So, but yeah, that's that on that, honey. And it's people like Blag get on my fucking nerves. He want to monetize everything. Why you? If you wanted to respond, at first you're gonna call it a tantrum tantrum. He actually posted it, and y'all, if y'all want to see the screenshots he posted there in this article, it clearly says you tried to extort him for an interview. You said you would drop the lawsuit if he gives you an interview. And yeah, so if you want to respond, why do the fans gotta wait until or why do the listeners? Because I'm not a fan. Why would we have to wait when you could just respond to that shit now? He trying to monetize that shit. Child. Anyway, oh child. Speaking
And
of,
this was what happened when culture vultures don't get checked at the door. Um, next story.
you better wake it up. Oh, this bitch says your definition of quote unquote good is questionable. Shut up, Hammy. Well, this next story, y'all. So imagine, um, lying about cancer, child, for attention. Well, that's what happened with this girl here, a TikTok star by the name of Brittany Miller. And y'all should see where I have this TMZ article. TikTok star Brittany Miller apologizes for faking cancer. When I tell y'all, anyway, TikTok star Brittany Miller is apologizing to her followers for faking a cancer diagnosis back in the day, and she says she never meant to harm anyone. Brittany, an influencer from the United Kingdom, fessed up to the bogus cancer claim in a video posted on her TikTok. She says that back in 2017, she faked having cancer when she was depressed, suicidal, and confused. She says she lost her job and her partner and told someone in her circle she had cancer. Brittany says the friend who thought she had cancer started a fundraiser for her. When she found out the a couple of people had donated, she pulled the plug. She insists she never took a dime. The fake cancer saga happened years before Britney blew up on social media, and now she says she deeply regrets her mistake. She claims she was mentally ill when all this was going down. Brittany was reportedly convicted of a crime for fraud by false representation in order to pay a fine and put on the UK version of probation. She looks to be in a better place now. She's got a family, two kids, and posts videos on her TikTok to her 3.5 million followers, mainly about food and shopping. Mm. I'm sorry. Anybody that lies about having a terminal illness, honey, you cannot convince me that you are not a terrible person. What the fuck? You want attention that bad? You fe- do you realize how cancer affects people? Like, oh my god.
Oh, her friend did it. She didn't do it. Her friend did that.
Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that is nuts. But who's that Carmen? Carmen always comes back around. That's what they say.
Like my girl said, Carmen, Carmen. She's always spinning the block, honey. Carmen is coming for you, honey. Oh, now this bitch put in the this bitch put in the chat. Barbara Shirley call, baby. I'm neither Barbara nor Shirley, honey. How dare you?
But I would just like to know who's calling during your showtime. Do they not know that you're busy?
Well,
That's
they
crazy.
do, but it was actually somebody I told to reach out to me, for something. So it's all
Oh,
good.
mhm. Just know we got our ears to the ground. We listening. Mm.
Yes, honey. Well, yeah, and just social media clout is a disease, and I'm telling you, and people like I guess maybe I'm speaking from like a privileged point of view because I do have like a little bit of a following. So, but I'm telling y'all, it is not what you think it is, honey. The only thing you get out of going viral is your damn phone just be making a whole bunch of fucking noise, all them notifications. That is it. And then a whole bunch of people in there trying to be, because we have a lot of contrarians on the internet. Everybody loves to be a, well, actually. So you just get a lot. I'm telling y'all, it's not as, it's, uh, anyway, like I said, maybe I'm just speaking from a privileged point of view. Well, Hammy, it's funny you bring up Barbara and Shirley, honey, because we actually have a real life event that happened in my hometown. So first of all, shout out to the Bull City. But are y'all familiar with that TikTok star? Now I've only seen her videos like through Facebook and stuff. I don't watch her regularly, but I've seen her. But Brene Kennard, honey, well, let me tell you something. If you want to sleep with somebody's husband, do not do it in North Carolina. Because I'm telling you, your ass could get sued if you break up that family. And y'all see where I just shared this slide from TMZ. TikTok star has to pay 1.75 million after breaking up manager's marriage, honey. And this bitch got in the comment talking about personal experience. No, bitch, it's not personal experience because I have never been sued and I will never be sued for breaking up anybody's family. Because I'm not a home wrecker. I sent that motherfucker back home. Okay. So the home is still intact. Anyway, so a North Carolina based influencer learned about how rough breakups can be on Monday when she was ordered to pay 1.75 million after being found liable for ruining a marriage. Brene Kennard, who got 3 million followers on TikTok and another 274,000 on Instagram, had been accused of having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague, which apparently broke up his marriage with his now estranged wife, Akira, reports WARL TV. Akira, who married Tim in 2018, has two kids with him. She brought a civil lawsuit against Brene after Tim started seeing the influencer. Akira claimed their affair caused plenty of anguish in her personal life and negatively impacted her family dynamic. Brene was found liable for criminal conversation, which carries a penalty of $250,000, and alienation of affection, which came with a tab of $1.5 million. FYI, North Carolina's alienation of affection law allows estranged spouses to sue the individual they blame for breaking up their marriage. It's one of the few states with this kind of law. Akira's lawyer, Robinetta Jones, issued a statement after the verdict saying her client had received justice with the verdict. Brene didn't feel the same way, though, and she claimed Akira knew her marriage was over with and let the affair carry on. Mm-mm. Have y'all ever seen this girl on there? Well, we've talked about this before I started recording, but and put in the chat for those who weren't here when we were talking about it. That have y'all ever seen this girl's
No,
videos? Oh,
but I'm
Oh,
no, I'm not.
never
No, I
seen her.
haven't. But I'm with Akira. You talking about she let the affair carry on? No, she let that shit carry on because she knew she was about to sue your ass, bitch. You played right into her fucking honey trap, and now run her money. I know the fuck that's right. Shout out to North Carolina for one motherfucking thing, bitch. Because what you won't do is play me for a fool twice.
oh,
Run me my
well,
money.
two, because you can still get abortions in North Carolina as well.
Run me my motherfucking money. Shout out to Akira. Hey girl,
I'm
I
curious
know
to
that's
see what Tim looks like. Let me see if he got any, if we can find any. Tim Montague.
Well, I
Let me
hope she's
see.
a successful TikToker because she
Oh, I believe she is.
got a big bill to pay.
Oh, we have a comment saying he's ugly. Oh wow. It says Brene heard your numerous stories and she had to do her big one. Let me see. Let me see. I'm in. Oh, is this him? Girl, I guess. You gonna pay 1.5 million, 1.75 million dollars for that? If you gonna pay, if you gotta pay all that money for a man, that's what. You know what? Let me stay out of straight people business. Mm-mm. Girl, I got to share my screen, y'all. Y'all got to see. Oh my, he look. Somebody say he ain't worth $1.75. Okay, I would rather spend that on a McDouble. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I hope the dick is good at least though, cause are you? I could not imagine. Look, y'all, look at this. No shade, Tim. I'm sure you're a nice person, but I just couldn't imagine having to pay $1.75 million for fucking around with you. This is crazy. Oh my God, do y'all see him?
Yeah, girl, you need some change back, okay?
Okay.
and this is
Good
and here's the thing:
Lord.
is he gonna help her pay? He not, and he gonna try to get his family back. I just feel it in my spirit.
He gonna make a new family, honey. What these people usually do, they you know that old saying, "You lose them how you get them." So if he did that same thing to Akira, what makes him think you ain't gonna do it? He ain't gonna do it with you, and then run off with somebody. He probably gonna get Renee pregnant, probably have a baby
No,
up with him. Look, and we have a comment. If Derek is saying he's ugly, you know he looks like dog shit. I mean, wake that up, honey, because y'all seen what I find attractive. So
mhm, 2 quarters. I'm start using that now. 2 quarters.
my
Yeah.
man is not too much on my man. Okay.
Not, but it's very much so a lot on your man because bitch, whew, you are carrying your man by yourself, and that's a whole lot of man to carry.
Oh my God, y'all crack me up. But yep, all that happened, and that was done in the court downtown Durham, my hometown. So again, shout out to the Bull, shout out to Bull City. You know I love y'all and will always love y'all. But y'all, that was all the tea that I have for us today. So before we head out, did any of you have any tea that you want to share or any tea that I might have missed?
My tea was featured. Thanks.
Yes. Oh, you are most welcome, honey. And speaking of featuring, so thank you all for sticking with me. You all will gain an additional entry into our Hot Tea Cold Cash giveaway for staying for the show with me, Al. And we will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for a live show. So thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. And until tomorrow, you all have a fabulous one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Cheers.